Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome to HENPRI. Yep, that is the name of this title. Absolutely, just don't pay attention to what's on the screen here. Just, yep, this is HENPRI, a new title from Krupo with Shirobune. Excuse me there. They are on board yet again to bring this to the West. Has it been like 15 seconds yet? 15, 20 seconds? Okay, welcome to Hentai Prison. I don't even know if I needed to wait that long or anything, but yeah. Shirobune, they came out with a wonderful idea to just kind of shorten the name of the title to HENPRI as a way of getting this on Steam, because yeah, this is on Steam with this title and everything, with whatever the hell is going to be going on in this one. And I have, explored a bit of Nukitashi. Not the second one, but I would like to make some, some progress in Nukitashi. I've tried. It's tough. It's a tough time. There's a lot going on there. And there's a lot to enjoy. It's a bit different. It's very comedic in a very 18+ way, if you catch my drift. So I'm hoping that, despite the title here, it's not so forward with, all the crazy what going on like you would see in Nukitashi. Who's to know? Who's to say? So I thought, let's record as much as we can and see what I can get out there on YouTube. I did go in for just a minute just to do my audio testing, and I think I'm okay, at least for the opening sequence, but past that I have absolutely no idea. So we'll have to see. Let us see how much of this I can just get on YouTube, very safely and all. And if you guys are interested in this title, it is, again, available on Steam and who knows where else. And I will say nothing further. Let's just jump in, I love the first line, by the way. First line's fantastic. My dick shakes his head each time my feet hit the ground. If you've ever run naked, then you know the feel. I personally know, I have not. The sounds of cock smacking thigh and feet smacking concrete fill the night. Pounding like the beat of a pellet drum, that ritual rhythm is calling down a blizzard. I know this neighborhood down to the last crack in the asphalt. I couldn't tell you how many times I've dashed through it in the dark. Even with my eyes closed, I could get away from these. Yeah, I don't think we got away from them. My body slips on the rain-slick road and a number of men pile onto me. Let go, get your hands off me. It's like they're stabbing him or something. Okay, so that's all I've, gone through so far. So the rest of this I'm totally blind to. So I have read the description. What have we done? I have read the description of this title, which, it's a little interesting. Shawshank Redemption meets, a horny Stephen King or something along those lines. I don't know. The gray desk shakes under the weight of his bald fists. My interrogator has bushy brows, a barreled chest, a burly voice, and briars of hair on his hands. Most people who do interrogations are like this. Why'd we do that? Well, maybe he asked for it. Okay, but nobody asked for that. And that probably happened. I really enjoyed watching Better Call Saul, so I think he's doing the right thing here. Never mind, we're fucked.
露出させたことによる現行犯逮捕歴が7回。
Exhibitionism multiple times?
起訴されたのが2回。
Oh man, we're going to prison.
大した経歴の変態さんだな、坊主。あ
Why is this cop maybe not so good? I want a lawyer.
下半身丸出しのくせに弁護士もクソもあるか。
Does he not have one? Does he not have a pair of
クリ
pants?
スマスの夜です。私が犬のペスを散歩させていたら、物陰からいきなり全裸の男が目の前に現れて。
それは服を着ていた状態ですか？
いえ、最初から全裸でした。
つまりあなたの前でおもむろに下半身を丸出しにしたわけではないということですね。
はい。
その際、被告人は何と言いましたか？
かわいい犬ですね。名前は何と言うんですかと。
あなたは何と答えましたか？
ペスって言うんですと。
Wait, so even so he was just straight up in the nude, she still had a conversation with him?
すると彼は、
こっちはペニスですって。
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, she should not have had that conversation with him. What the fuck?
一物を指さして言ったんですね。
はい。
そして彼は、
かわいいでしょうと。
ありがとうございます、恵美子さん。被害者からの証言は以上です、裁判長。以上のことから、被告人が最初から露出を目的としており、それによって性的快楽を得ていたことは明確な事実です。また被害者との会話も成立した。これはつまり錯乱状態ではなかったことを表していると思われます。
それでは弁護側、意見はありますか？
Yeah, what do we have to say?
正気かい？そんなことを言ったら裁判には負けてしまうよ。今回の求刑年数はおかしいんだ。罪刑法定主義に反してる。なんとか減刑しないと司法が崩壊する。そのためにもう少し反省しているという様子をだね。
First of all, I wasn't gaining pleasure from exposing myself. I most definitely was not doing it to fulfill any sexual desires. This isn't obscene exhibitionism, it's self-expression.
嘘をつくな！
どうせ変態だろ。
Why are the people in the audience allowed to... Why are there people here? I get that these, you know... Well, I don't know how it is in Japan. But here, you know, typically you could go into a courtroom, it's public, you know, you can view as an audience member or whatever, but, like, you gotta shut the fuck up.
てめえ自己弁護なんてしてんだってな。一体どんな無能な弁護士がついてたんだ？
He wasn't a dipshit.
Huh?
He just couldn't understand what I was saying. No one can. Sorry to repeat myself, but you have the situation all wrong. I did not assault any police officers. And my exhibition was not for pleasure. I was performing art in order to express myself.
狂人のふりをして刑期を短くしようとするな。
被害者女性がかわいそうだと思わないのか？
露出狂いの丸出し男。
静粛に。
Yeah, if you... The way that he, you know, interacted with that woman, no, that wasn't good. I'm not buying any of that crying.
これより判決を言い渡す。主文、検察側の公然わいせつ罪及び公務執行妨害を認め。
Oh wait, no, okay, you're not against us. You're with us.
被告人を懲役10年に処する。
God damn, 10 years. In prison, no less. A faraway prison, no less.
もうダメだ。おしまいだ。
The large man cuffed next to me, a good 10 years my senior, is trembling.
もう悪いことしないから。ママ。
It isn't just him either. Everyone on the boat looks pale, like a child in the middle of a maternal scolding. The gunmetal gray vessel forges heedlessly ahead. The seawater splashes up with its passage. I see we're going to a co-ed prison.
僕があんなところに行くことになるなんて。
The boat slows down. I look up, my cuffs still tight.
さあ着いたぞ。降りろ変態ども。
Our destination comes into full view. Yeah, we're fucked. What kind of Alcatraz looking ass place is this? This is crazy. Oh, wait, hold on. I knew that was gonna happen. Wait, was that it? Was that it? That was it. Okay. So I've got like a display capture thing on my OBS because something I noticed whenever I was going through Nukitashi as like an April Fool's joke thing, I was also recording the actual patched version of the game because I was thinking of, you know, going through and then doing a review on it. But there's like no footage that I could utilize in Nukitashi, guys. There's like absolutely nothing I can use. Unless you just want to see like people talk in like an underground base or some shit. Like, that is it. That's pretty much it. There's like nothing I can show. But whenever they have like a video clip up, they do it the old-fashioned way where it's kind of like just playing it's not in an external window, but it's like it's playing in an external window. So OBS does not capture it. So I had to create a display capture just in case. Once off of the ship, they keep us in our cuffs and march us off to a building as big as a school gym. There is no comforting wooden floor beneath us, though. Only cold, lifeless concrete.
何そんなにビビってるんだ？俺にはその方がわかんねえよ。
The prisoner in the corner of the formation speaks up.
俺はいろんな刑務所に入ったぜ。過酷な環境の網走に一番辛いって府中にも行った。どれも大したことはなかった。俺たちはな、基本的人権ってもんに守られてるんだよ。地獄のプリズンだとはチューリップだかラベンダーだか知らないが、大したことはねえよ。
No one answers him. Oh, that guy's gonna die.
地獄のことをチューリッププリズンにようこそ。忌まわしき変態懲役ども。
With the sound of boots on concrete announcing her arrival, a tall prison guard appears before the line that we've formed.
今日からお前たち性犯罪者どもの面倒を見ることになった。強制処遇部、処遇部門、首席強制処遇官、わいせつ坊監視長のソフィーア・シコレンコだ。
The obscenity ward.
私の仕事はゴミどもをこのわいせつ坊で清く正しく美しくママの言いつけ通りにミルクを飲んで21時にはベッドに入るいい子ちゃんにすることだ。
She is tall and seems to have foreign blood in her. The large bags under her eyes give off an unhealthy, somewhat lethargic impression.
お前たちがちゃんとママの言う通りにしている限りは我々刑務官が面倒を見てやる。通常お前らのようなドブ以下の性犯罪者は刑務所でいじめられるものだ。犯罪者の中でもゲのゲだとな。しかしこのプリズンの囚人は全て等しくウジ虫だ。つまりは性犯罪者のみしか存在しないということだ。
つまりはそんなクズしかいないのであれば醜い争いが起こらぬよう監視するのが自分たちの仕事である。よかったな。ソフィーア監視長のおかげで外の世界とは違っていじめられないのだな、このゲスどもが。
シコシコ連呼だって？
Yep, kill him.
おい誰だ。今つまらん軽口を叩いたのはどこのドイツだ。貴様か陰謀頭。全裸マンとかって？
あ、自分でやります。
Oh, okay. The swigging scrote.
お前か。どういうつもりだ。
いいえね。てっきりこちらの趣味に合わせてくださったのかと。
お前は確かジョージの座ったブランコを1000個以上盗んだや
What
つだ
the
ったな。
fuck?
二つ名はそう。ブランコスリの金さん。
Never mind, I don't really like his name anymore.
自分もシコレンコ監視長にシコシコ連呼されながら手こきしてほしいであります。
She kicks him in the balls with no warning.
舐めた口を叩いたのはこの睾丸か？
口。
下の口か。
The other guard delivers a kick directly to his anus.
どうした這いつくばったりなんかして地球に発情でもしたか。
いきなり切るなんて。
それは失礼した。二つ名が二つ名なものでな。
なんだその顔は。暴力はいけないか。
そうだ。 俺たちにだって受刑者にだって人権はあるんだぞ。日本国憲法を知らねえのかよ。
そうだな、誰にだって人権はある。貴様らが人間であればだが。
Don't they typically say, especially here in America, where if you go to jail or prison or whatever for a long period of time, like, your rights were kind of taken away, no? Like, when you get out, that means that your rights have been restored. So...
日本には様々な刑務所を要する8つの強制管区が存在する。札幌、仙台、東京、名古屋、大阪、広島、高松、福岡。世話になったことがあるやつもいるだろう。だが、8つの強制管区に属さない9つ目の監獄が存在する。それがここだ。ここは各強制管区では強制できないと判断された H 級、つまり性犯罪者のみを収監する牢獄だ。
I'm sure it really stinks in here.
つまり貴様らは変態的非行を繰り返し、各刑務所では真人間になれず、世間より更生不能と判断されたクズ中のクズなのだ。
そんなようなゴミに人権はない。そうは思わないか。
俺たちは人間だ。
人間が女児のブランコを盗むか。貴様は
You know, I actually have to agree with her on that one.
いくら刑務所だってこんなこと許されるはずが。
普通の刑務所であればそうだろう。だがいいか、ここが刑務所だという認識は今すぐ改めろ。
Yeah, come on, even I could piece that together.
お前たちがいるのはプリズンだ。
You know, lacking the, even if I was ignoring the name of this game.
同じ意味じゃ。
まだ監視長が喋ってるでしょうが。
ここは外部から一切遮断され、更生不能の受刑者に対して超法規的な措置が許可されている。つまりお前たちには人権など存在しない。
That's what I've been trying to say.
これまでどう過ごしてきたかは知らんが、三つ壺のごとき甘い考えは今すぐ捨てるように。
三つ壺？
それをやめろと言ってるんだ。
The tip of her boot digs deep into his belly.
おい、お前たちのようなクズがなぜここで H 級と呼ばれているかわかるか？変態だからだ。 H 級の H は変態の H だ。なぜ人権がなくなるか？それは変態だからだ。お前たちは変態であり、当の昔に人間ではない。
貴様たちが一般の刑務所ですら押さえつけられない人知を超えたクズの性犯罪者である以上、それを閉じ込める檻が必要である。
故にここは刑務所ではなくプリズンと呼ばれるのだ。
嘘だろ。
悲しくてメソメソしちゃいそうか。だがエンディングまで泣くんじゃないぞ。ここで普通の人間のような行為は許されない。貴様らは自分の意思で泣くことも笑うことも朱印することも女児の座ったブランコを1000個以上盗むことも何もできない。
訴えてやる。こんなことしていいわけねえだろうが、公務員の分際で。
You know, I think they're a bit more than civil servants.
ほう、面白い。やってみろ。どうやってだ？
弁護士に行って仲間に手紙を書いて世間に暴露してやる。刑務官が憲法違反だ。さぞ燃えるだろうぜ。
My brother in Christ, did you not see where you're at?
我ら刑務官は24時間貴様らを監視している。独房でも便所でも刑務作業場でもどこでもだ。
面会というのもまあ難しいだろうな。
なんで？
さあ。だがお前の知り合いを乗せた定期便がなぜかその時だけ故障してしまうこともあるだろう。密告の手紙を書いたところでたまたま封が開いて中身が見えてしまうことがあるかもしれない。それが何かの手違いでゴミ箱に入っても誰も気づかない。違うか？
ならここから出たらだ。それならもう関係ねえだろうからな。その時を楽しみに。
そうか、それは困ったな。
自分たちには手も足も出ませんが、気づいたら解決しているかもしれませんね。
ああ、私たちを困らせる人間がいた時はなぜかどこかの誰かが勝手に助けてくれるのだからな。
Oh, how interesting.
私にも詳しくはわからないが、 起きに上がる死体は見分けなんてつかないらしいぞ。
Yeah. Again, I think these are more than just simple civil servants. Despair decorates the prisoner's face. All of our faces, in fact.
私たちは貴様らを甘やかすために存在しているわけではない。
Well, no, this is prison.
この地獄で生きていきたいのなら、看守がクソをしろと言ったらクソをし、オナキンをしろと言ったらオナキンをしろ。
Aw, man.
すべてはお願いじゃない。
分かったらついてこい。列を乱すな。
This is some rough
こ
stuff,
れから
man.
プリズンで生活していく上で、貴様らにはここにふさわしく清廉な格好になってもらう。チューリッププリズンは蓄発が許されている。
ただし天パのものは別だ。自分の髪をチゲと思い込みめだる変態が過去存在したためだ。
そして刑務官は散髪を推奨することができる。わかるか？
Yeah, I'm assuming the suggesting is more like an order.
そこの陰謀じみた頭の貴様、その汚らしい髪を剃り落とすことを強く推奨してやる。風通しが良くなればその鈍い頭も少しはマシになるだろう。
And that's how we lost our hair.
何頭を撫でている。丸くなった頭から睾丸を連想しているのか。まったく変態というやつは手がつけられないな。頭を丸めた者は早く来い。男はこっちだ、女はあっちだ。どっちでもないやつはそっちだ。
I guess there's a neither section. We're lined up in single file, divided by gender.
それではただいまより持ち物検査を行う。全員速やかに服を脱ぎ前の足元に置け。
The prisoners exchange awkward, probing looks. It looks like they're not used to stripping themselves.
監視長の言うことが聞けないか、貴様らは。
The shout gets the prisoners stripping quickly.
パンツもですか？
ママはパンツが服じゃないと教えてくれたのか？
いえ、そうじゃなくて。
貴様は1000件以上の下着を盗んだ変態泥棒だったな。
What the hell is with these people stealing
パン
like
ツを食べ物
thousands
だ
of
と思ってい
something?
るわけか。
Why?
いいかウジ虫、ここではパンツは衣服だ。速やかに脱げ。
The men stick to the wall, fully exposed and unmoving. The guards pull out rubber gloves, snap them on, and get to work.
よろしい。それでは足を肩幅に開き、ケツを後ろに突き出せ。バイタのようにグッとだ。そうだ。
Yeah, I don't think we needed the simile there.
直腸の中に禁止物を持ち込むのはよくある方法だ。その検査を行っているのだから腰を引っ込めるな。
The visuals of the search are a bit silly to behold. I see beside me a line of men, large men, with all their mouths open and butts in the air. The guards shine flashlights into their anal cavities, looking as deep in as they can. As the subjects of such a show, it would be no surprise for some to feel pathetic, for some to feel deep embarrassment. And then there's this fucking guy.
直立不動だと言っているだろう。ケツを振るんじゃない。
How am I not surprised? Worse, even the slightest movement gets you an iron fist in the back. If this is their first rodeo, oh, I could see their anuses and cocks shrinking up.
お前、なかなかどうに言ってるな。
For one used to exposing himself, however, there is no need to fear. Hey, wait a minute. I was gonna say, how far are we panning down there? Hold on. I head through the exit, being taken to a room with lines of showers like we had near the pool back in grade school. Before getting into the showers, though, we're sprayed all over with a disinfectant powder. Some of it gets into my eyes, and I can feel it sting throughout my whole body.
全裸に謎の白い粉をぶっかけられたからと異常な反応を見せるな。
I don't need to be told to wash off the powder with the showerhead's geyser before drying off my face.
消毒が終わった者は自分の囚人番号が書かれた服を受け取れ。チンタラするな。ちなみにチンタラというのはダラダラという意味で、決してペニスを垂らすという意味ではない。わかるか？何でもいいように捉えるなよ。
She's way too descriptive.
これが今からお前たちのおべべになる囚人服だ。食事の時も寝る時も常にそれを身につけてもらう。
What I've been made to wear feels like less like clothes and more like a bodysuit. It's as skin tight as can be and does little to obstruct mobility. My prisoner number is sewn on the chest in big bold numbers. I have to admit, It's a lot better than the loose blue and white striped getup I had expected. It doesn't look like it was designed with boy parts in mind though, and my crotch feels a touch tight.
ラバースーツみたいで着ただけで絶頂してしまいそうかお前たち変態の考えることなどこちらは
今何をしようとした？おい、言ってみろ！
チンポジを直そうと。
看守を置かずに一物のポジションを直す行為に快感を覚える。どしがたい変態だ、貴様は。
いえ、この服交換窮屈だから。
プリズン内での自慰行為は絶対禁止であり、陰部摩擦罪と呼ばれる重大な遵守事項違反だ。少しでも変態行為であるとみなせば、私たち看守は貴様らを罰する権利を持っている。今後一度でも性的なことをしてみろ。二度と主因ができないよう手首から先をテコの原理で吹っ飛ばしてやるからな。
はい。
You know, I actually got to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Like, it happens, all right? Fellas, we've all been there. It sucks. Sometimes you gotta readjust. The guard finally lets him go and stands back up. Captain... What the fuck? How do you pronounce her name? Shikolenko? I want to say that's probably a reference to something. I better be careful what I'm saying in this game. Seems unmoved, looking at us with disgust in her eyes.
これでプリズンが特殊な監獄だということが少しは身に染みて分かっただろう。
I'd rather call her by her first name, honestly. This isn't a normal facility, really. It's a very, very special prison. You can't even adjust your cock a centimeter or two on your own here.
やはりお前たちはその少年を叩き直す必要があるようだ。来い。
Where to? This place is fucking depressing. The thing is that it's like a destroyed city in the background. I don't think we're necessarily on like a desolate island or whatever, but at the same time, I feel like we are. We follow her out to a wide field like the exercise yard of a school. The ground hasn't been treated at all. Weeds poke out from what look like the dusty remnants of finely crushed boulders. The prisoners from the other room have joined us, forming another line.
これから貴様たちは基本的に整列して行進することになる。食事に向かうのも仕事に行くのもトイレに行くのも小学生の子供みたいに先生に言われた通り歩け。それでは変態進め。
We advance as told. It feels like sports day at a grade school, but we're all adults here.
シコレンコ監視長。
やる気が感じられない。もう一度。
全員元の位置に戻れ。変態再度進め。
We're moved back to the starting point and advance again.
そこの貴様、足が揃っていなかったぞ。もう一度。
腕の振りが小さい。もう一度。
終わらせる気があるのか。もう一度だ。
Well, we're gonna be here all day.
足の上がりがいまいち。
And they stop us at the slightest hint of formational flaw, and we're sent to the start again and again. Some of the complaints are nothing more than nitpicks. Your eyes were crooked, your breathing was off, etc.
お前らは変態という自覚があまりに低すぎる。だから進めと言われてもまともに従うことができないんだ。もう一度。
Having to focus so much on walking just a few hundred meters is starting to take its toll. After almost 20 marches, we are finally allowed to line up in the middle of the yard.
それでは次にプリズン名物天付き体操に移る。腕を小さく畳み、その場に前傾にならないようゆっくりとしゃがみ込む。そして両手を上げながら、よいしょ、よいしょ、よいしょ。
What the fuck are we doing?
よいしょ。
何をボケっとしている変態懲役ども。監視長にだけこんなバカみたいなことをさせるつもりか。それとも手取り足取り教えてもらわないとできないのか。
I don't know. I don't like what we're having to do here.
取ってほしいならその一物を切り落としてやってもいいんだぞ。
よいしょ、よいしょ、よいしょ。
Yeah, we don't seem to really be
声が小さい。
in with it here. This exercise is a full body one. Essentially a squat. You leap up a bit when you're risen fully, excuse me. It looks a little cute, but it's really demanding on the stamina. There's a poor old guy here having to do this shit. It gets harder and harder to keep up.
俺はブランクを取り外すのは得意でも運動は苦手なんだ。
If you drop on their butts after 20 times. What the fuck, man? Why do these people tend to, like, know their numbers? After 30 repetitions, even the more fit men start to break. I managed to keep my footing, but only barely. My lower body quivers like jelly. My knees aren't bending anymore.
そこの貴様、何を突っ立っている。休むことは許されないぞ。自分は何を突っ立ってると言ったんだ。何を追っ立てるとは言ってないぞ。油断も隙もない変態ども。
I mean, you're the only one pointing that out.
そうやって恣意的に言葉をねじ曲げ、息を荒げ興奮する。これだから変態はどしがたい。早く続きをしろ。
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We keep it up until everyone can do a solid 50. It doesn't matter if we collapse in exhaustion or cry in pain. The guards do not care.
この程度で。おい、舌を噛み切らないよう何か加えさせておけ。
おい、何か加えさせろ。何ではないぞ。タオルなどだ。
I can hardly feel my lower half by the time that we're done. Everyone plops down on the cold ground, laboring through their breath under the night sky.
よし、これで天付き体操のやり方は分かっただろう。
それでは、最初の行進から通して行う。少しでも乱れる者がいれば、初めからだ。
The sky begins to whiten by the time our march is finally done. We all arrived at the prison in the dead of night, and this is how we meet our first morning. That's rough. We're all too thirsty to groan.
こんなものはただの挨拶代わりだ。整列して進め。それとも今の訓練をもう一度やり直すか。変態、進め。
We're made to march to what appears to be a cafeteria. It almost smells like a school cafeteria. Why do we keep on making these connections or comparisons to a school? There are already more experienced prisoners in the hall, in their seats with proper posture as they wait. It looks like rather than having your food distributed, you go to the counter tray in hand to receive your meal, and then sit at an empty seat. The clock in the room points to 7 on the dot.
それでは、喫食。
A sea of thankful voices follows. Breakfast is simple. White rice, miso soup with bok choy, a slice of a rolled omelet, and dried, what the hell, furikake sprinklings. Sorry, I'm not cultured. The portions are not terribly large, but given my exhaustion on top of sleep deprivation, it goes in hard.
終了。囚人たちは各作業場に向けて整列しろ。
At the captain's shout, the prisoners bring their dishes to the washing area and line up. The clock's hands indicate 7:30.
わいせつ坊の侵入たちは。おい貴様、いつまで飯を食ってるつもりだ。さては五感が卑猥というだけの理由でチンゲン菜を男性器に見立て、それをしゃぶって楽しんでるな。じゃあんさいってなんだよ。
Again, she's like the only one making these connections.
まだ食べ終わってなくて。
口答えするな満元菜。食えと言われたら時間内に食い終えるのがここのルールだ。このテーブルに座っていたものはすべて連帯責任である。腕立て伏せ100回。用意変態。
We begin doing push-ups. The fatigue from the marching practice is still in me. However, and I can't move too well. It feels like my breakfast is going to come back out through the hole it went
プ
in.
リズンで集団行動ができないやつは嫌われる。よく覚えておくように。仕事場に向かう前には必ずこの検診所に立ち寄ることになっている。ハンガーにかけられているジャケットを取れ。自分の囚人番号が書かれているものだ。刑務作業中に限りこのジャケットを着用する義務がある。一着限りだから大切に着るように。
Judging from how the day has gone so far, I figure messing this jacket up means dire punishment.
こういった狭い場所ではいさかいが起こりやすい。だがプリズンじゃ揉め事は一切禁止だ。ことも父も金玉も揉まず揉ませず揉みしだかず。覚えておけ。
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
無論 金玉みたいな頭を揉むのは純玉揉み行為に当たる。いいかそこの変態金玉頭。貴様の囚人番号は0720番か。なるほど、謎が解けた。それでずっとあと一つ後ろならオナニーだったのにという感じの顔をしていたわけか。G に一歩及ばない。さしずめ貴様は F ってところか。金玉ヘッド、看守に逆らおうなどと思うなよ。
Alright.
後が使えている。早くチェックを受けて外に出ろ。
A guard is standing near the exit. The male inmate in front of him has his legs spread out, arms up top, and his mouth wide open. Oh, this poor fucking guy.
よろしい。これがカンカン踊りだ。そのバカ面をよく覚えておくように。
ここが製紙工場、貴様らの作業場だ。さあ、おのおの空いた作業台につけ。もたもたするな、駆け足。
I sit down on a chair set up by a nearby workstation as instructed. The cuckoo clock cries as it hits 8 o'clock.
それでは作業開始。
The prisoners who were here before us immediately get to work. We newcomers, however, have no idea what to do.
すみません。俺たちは一体何をしたの？
貴様
The moment the man gets up, the guard dashes over and slams him in the gut with her fist.
勝手に立ち上がろうとしただろう。許可を出した覚えはないが。
生死の仕方を聞こうと。
精子の仕方だ。私は精子博士か。ガキを作る精子じゃなく紙を作る精子と言いたいんだろう。そんなことは分かっている。だが知っているんだよ。少しでも隙を見せれば貴様らはすぐ突き上がる。いいか、刑務作業中、質問事項がある際や立ち上がる際は右手を上げて願いますと発声。担当刑務官が指をさし許可を得るまではそのまま絶対に動くな。いいか、1ミリたりともだ。
はい。
How could he do that without being told first? How could anyone? No one dares say that, however. We all know what would happen. Jesus Christ, this is a rough-ass time. At 11 o'clock, we're given about an hour of rest. Since you have to take your jacket off at inspection and get to the yard, though, it's really 45 minutes. I get there to see the more experienced prisoners exercising, sitting down and chatting, playing ball, and other activities. You know, just regular old prison stuff, I guess. We newbies, of course, have nothing to do. We feel the slight chill of isolation in the large yard.
それでは刑務再開。昼飯の後だからと手を抜くんじゃないぞ。無論一物もだ。
What a fun time. Nothing but this for 10 years. Swing man sitting at the workstation next to me is squirming, his hips quivering. It looks like he needs to go. Oh, he's about to get fucking slammed into the table or floor or wall. But Captain Shikolenko just walks on by, giving no response.
願います。
He calls, louder this time. Once again, it falls on deaf ears.
願います。願います。お願います。
His voice begins to break, and I can hear tears coming on. Yet they still ignore him.
願います。願います。願い。
I hear a wet pouring. The warm liquid even reaches my feet.
貴様はこんなところでいきなり放尿プレイなどとどれほど汚れた思考の持ち主なのだ。
違います。
何が違う。トイレに行きたい場合であっても願いますと声をかければ許される。だとすれば貴様は意図的に放尿したということだ。
Man, they set him up.
そんな、俺は。
くどい。小便に興奮する汚らわしい性犯罪者が。遵守事項、作業安全衛生違反、相関係数が増えるのを楽しみにしておくんだな。おい、そこの0720番、近場にいながらどうして教えてやらなかった？罰として貴様が掃除しろ。
She tells me where the mop is, and I get to mopping up the urine. As punishment, the man is made to stand next to his wet desk. The other newbies who saw the scene stare down at their own desks, their faces tense. I get it. They made an example out of him. They have been, actually. But just over and over. They wanted to show us that they had every one of our rights in their clutches, even the right to take a piss. I mean, even I knew that. It's a rough time. Work ends at exactly 6 o'clock in the evening. I take off my jacket, get inspected again, and leave the inspection room. It looks like we have free time until dinner at 7. A good hour to walk around the facility in relative freedom. Or at least I thought.
貴様は先ほどの小便男だな。なぜ木陰に入ろうとした？今度は野外脱糞でもしようとしていたのか？
いえ、こっちを通った方が近いと思って。
バカ者！囚人はこの舗装された歩道以外、一歩も足を踏み入れることを許されていない。そんなことも知らないのか？
でも、聞いてない。
聞いていないで規則破りがまかり通るか？保育園や老人ホームやカードショップじゃないんだぞ！
He's right, though. They hardly tell us anything here. The more experienced prisoners don't help us out either. They just keep watch from afar, chuckling at our misfortune.
おい、小便ブラブラブランコ太郎。お前の囚人番号は
0714番です。
では、0713番と0715番は罰として食事を禁止する。
Wow.
配膳に並ばず着席するように。
さすがに横暴じゃないですか。
そうですよ。教えてもらってすらいないのに。
黙れ。我々はお前たちのママではないと言ったはずだぞ。教えずとも規則とトイレの場所くらいは守るんだな。本当のママはそんなことも教えてくれなかったのか？なあ、小便ブランコ。お前たちも恨むなら放尿や脱糞で気持ちよくなろうとする膀胱の緩んだこの小便太郎を。
俺はしょんべんじゃない。
なんだ？
僕はブランコだー！
It happens in the blink of an eye. Did he just die? Did he just get shot? The pants wetter staggers forward 2 steps before collapsing. He looks like he fell unconscious. I couldn't move a step from my position further away, and neither could the closer prisoners. In Captain Shikolenko's right hand is an older-looking shotgun. I've heard rumors about those. Riot shotguns, non-lethal weapons used to put down, well, riots.
このように我々は武装している。鮮慮な行動は慎むように。
Duly noted. 7 o'clock comes around and dinner begins. Like breakfast, the prisoners all gather in the cafeteria to eat. And like breakfast, even though the barley rice should be delicious, I have a hard time getting it down my throat. It feels like something is stuck in the back of my mouth and refuses to go away. Some amount of conversation seems to be allowed during meals, so I hear surprisingly cheerful chatter here and there. The new entries have no one to talk to, of course, and everyone looks too tired to speak a word. I want to lie down as soon as I can. Who knows what they were saying. 8 o'clock comes around, we're made to line up and walk somewhere. This time, everyone finished dinner on time. I don't need to hear the others talk to tell what they're feeling right now. We all think the same thing. Where are they taking us this time? Most of us, I assume, are newcomers to the powerlessness of someone else having full reign over our lives.
今からお前たちが暮らすことになるわいせつ房まで移送する。
We go down dim stairway after dim stairway.
もしもすでに地獄を味わった気になっているのなら、とんだお笑い草だぞ。
Oh boy. Each step feels like it takes us deeper into the pit. We end up in a gray space that smells of rot. Rows of cells stretch out before me with 4 floors and an open middle between them. This does not feel like a place where humans live or thrive. It is dark, dank, damp, and depressing. This is not what I would call dank, if you get what I mean. If hell has a nadir, it probably looks a lot like this.
お前たち、無事に初日を終えた感想はどうだ?
Well, it sucked, you know, as what was probably intended here. None of us tries to answer. One wrong word and there's no telling what they'll do. Captain Shikolenko nods, looking satisfied.
よろしい。山岸刑務官、
She goes down the line, handing each prisoner a book.
これは構成日記というものだ。毎日必ず書き記し、反省の手助けとするように。それでは、独房に向かえ。
Ooh, do we get individual cells? We head to our cells in the same order that we're lined up in. We stop before the grates, facing the wall and standing still.
1列南異常なし、2列北異常なし、3列東異常なし。
After the guards finish checking all of the prisoners, they order us to enter our cells. When we're in, the gates automatically lock themselves. Well, at least we have our own cell. We've got a sink, a toilet, a mirror, a toothbrush. I do see the toothbrush. We have shelves. That's nice. You know, shelves that you would probably see at like a warehouse store, and not a room, but hey, function is function. And this cell is where I'm going to spend a good chunk of my life from now on. It's a tiny space with little else than a damp bed and an exposed toilet. My home for the next 10 years.
これより一言でも無駄口を叩いた者は問答無用で懲罰房にぶち込む。朝まですやすや眠れ。
The lights go out, leaving only the dimmest of illumination in my cell. I get into bed as I'm told. The sheets are cleaner than expected, and I don't feel the tightness of my uniform. I'm exhausted as can be, but sleep eludes me. The other new entries have to be in the same spot. I stare at the bars. The sight of them makes me truly realize for the first time that I am in prison. It feels like the bars are telling me that I am guilty, that I am alone. I hear a voice. Oh shit! Oh, they're getting down and dirty somewhere. The alluring sound of wet lips.
なんだよ。何の声だよ、これ。
Why are you awake? And alive? A lewd voice with no place in this prison.
メスシリンダー、ペニシリン、ニュル、ベルク、ボーキサイト。
Other voices join in.
シコシコ、シコチンピラ、チュパ
Is this ASMR?
ペイズリー。
They're just saying schlick. They're just saying random words. Well, no, there's some kissing going on.
ペニーアクション。
And whatever all that is. It's all barely within the rules. On the very borderline.
ママオナニーがしたいよ
おい間抜けが引っかかったぞ
God damn it. This guy is
お
getting
い、これは
fucked
何の
again.
騒ぎだ。自分は静かに眠れと命令したはずではなかったか。
寝言で軽量器具の名前などを言っていただけであります。
そいつはあそこに突っ込んでほしいのか。騒いでいるのは貴様か。
お願いです。射精させてください。
正気か貴様。私がブランコに見えているのか。
これまで1日に5回射精してたんです。ママに抜いてもらわないと眠れないんです。
That is rough.
黙らないか。H 級の分際でアマツさえ私にブランコ機をしろだと。
寝る前にはブランコを漕ぐ音を聞きながら終戦釣りするのが人間ってもんでしょ。普通の人間はそうしないと寝られないんだよ。
静かにしろ。さもなくば金玉を8つにするぞ。
ブラブラして頭がおかしくなる。お願いだから出させて。ブランコ。俺のブランコ。
I think this man needed to go into like a mental ward of some sort.
いい加減にしろ。貴様イカれてるぞ。自分の他にはブランコしかない世界から来たのか。
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
日直なもの。この男を医務棟に運んでおけ。他の者もだ。この後ちょっとでも口を聞いてみろ。貴様ら全員の正気を切り取って天日干しし、エイの干物よりグロテスクな乾物にしてやると神に誓うぞ。
The laughter dies down, but the quiet giggles go on. I stare at it all through the bars of my cell, and I remember that this is prison. A jungle, a place where even the slightly stronger torment the slightly weaker. This truly is hell.
しかしここで生き抜いていくしかないんだ。
秀一郎。
You're right about that. I whisper back to him as I slowly close my eyes. I hope I don't have any nightmares tonight. No, we might. We might. It's possible. Back when I was in the detention center, they let me out just once to visit the scene of my crime. It was standard procedure to confirm the details of the incident.
お前はここで服を脱いだんだな。
Yes. There was a thin rope tied to my handcuffs. They had me walking like an animal. Like that lady's dog.
そして露出した下腹部を女性に見せつけたと。
Yes.
なんでそんなことをするのかね。チンポコ見せて楽しいことなんてあるの？
そりゃあるんでしょ。変態が興奮することは俺たちにはわからないから。
No one in this world understands what I'm saying. Not a single one. I felt no sexual arousal.
またそんなことを抜かす。性的興奮もないのに服なんて脱ぐわけねえだろ。
It was art. Performance art.
変態の言うことは違いますね。
This is something I learned early on.
会社の犬。
Not a single person fully understood my emotions, my feelings.
ペニスでしょ。
Except for him.
あの子でしょ、全裸マンって湊さんちの変態。すぐに股間を見せつけてくるようなのが近所にいたなんて気持ち悪い。
The investigation was held near my house. It was a slope-heavy residential neighborhood on the border between Tokyo and Kanagawa.
ペスちゃん、あれ以来周りからペニスって呼ばれるようになって、犬本人もペニスだと思うようになっちゃったらしい。
Oh, come on.
それが相当ショックだったみたいで、今も入院を。
There's a school in the neighborhood, too, that I used to go to. No one there understood me either.
かわいそうにね。
My parents never came to visit, not once. The lady's quivering, scared face is burned into my mind. So, like, oh shit, time to wake up.
大丈夫か、秀一郎。また球技大会の夢でも見たか。
Yeah, does he have, like, an inner demon of some sort that talks with him? Or, like, a stand or persona? No.
キショーンキショーン起きろ変態懲役だもん。
起きるか、秀一郎。
Yeah. Time to start a brand new day in this lovely environment. Dear Hinako, it has been almost a week since my incarceration in this prison.
棒から出て整列しろ速やかに。貴様ら HQ どもは我々が時間を管理してやらねば何もできないグズだ。
I've gotten rather used to life here. Sirens ring at 6 in the morning, and we have to be standing in front of our cell bars within 3 minutes. A bit of an unpleasant smell invades my nostrils as we incarcerated all snap into action. By incarcerated, I mean prisoners. They also call us inmates or convicts here on facility grounds. When the cells are unlocked, the guards take a look around in every cell. Everything in the prison has to be well organized.
おい、なんだこの乱雑に畳んだ布団は。正常な心を取り戻すにはまず部屋を清くすること、何度も言っているだろう。
はい、申し訳ありません。
I was praised for properly folding up my sheets. Really, anyone would pick up tidy habits after 3 days down here. I almost miss hearing you scold me for having a messy room.
タンポポ組、変態進め。
Here in the prison, they call us the obscenity ward in the the obscenity ward, the dandelions. There we go. Sex crimes ward folks are called the sunflowers, and those in the serious offenses ward are the tulips.
貴様らのごとく、年がら年中寝ても覚めても男性器のことばかり考えて爆笑している人間など、性犯罪者を除けば幼稚園児と少年漫画家しかいない。
By the way, most of the guards in charge of us have nicknames. The prisoners generally come up with them based on how they look or act. And the guards themselves have no idea, of course.
しかし園児には純真な心があり、少年漫画家は園児と同じだ。それがどうだ貴様らは。変役の少年はほとほと腐りきっている。
Everything gets shortened in here. Sicko inmates, sickmates. And that's what we get called here sometimes.
ここにいる間に清い心を取り戻すように。足を上げて一物そのまま。1、2、1、2。
When we have a guard ordering us, we have to move around in lines. We have to keep a certain distance from whoever is in front of us, keep our fingers straight, and take high steps.
おい、 スイカの名産地が来るぞ。
Melon farm?
貴様、なんだその手は。指先が曲がっているのはふぬけてる証拠じゃないのか。
One barely has to lift a finger to aggravate the guards.
それとも手満欲求の表れか。あそこに指を入れたいという欲望を受け取った神経が指をそんな形に変えさせたのだとすれば、これは看過できんことだな。
違い
園児にも少年漫画家にも劣る品性下劣なケツをチンポ性犯罪者が。
But nothing earns their ire quite like talking back. It's tough in here, but mealtime keeps my spirits up.
はい、ビート食。次あんたは。
Alright, we got a lunch lady. B, please. There's an A set and a B set. The A set is for those who stand on the job, and it has a bit more rice than the others.
はい、ビート食。次は。後が使えてるんだからシャッシャといいのよ。
Other prisoners make the food. Most of the caretaking and cleanup is done by prisoners here. You can sit wherever you'd like, but you'll get yelled at if you sit too far from anyone. The space will only fit us all if we pack it logically.
それでは喫食。
Breakfast begins every morning at 7. When you get used to it, the food here is surprisingly tasty. That said, it is a little light on the flavor side. It makes me miss the curry you always made. Aside from the A and B sets, I hear there's paste-like food for senior prisoners. Everything on the menu is pretty decent. To prisoners with no other entertainment, mealtime is precious.
おい、こっちは立ち仕事でこんなんじゃ足りねえんだ。デザートをよこしな。
Okay, well, before we, find out what's going to be happening to the robust prisoner, we're going to call it here. I think now is an alright time. Alright. Well, there we have it. This has been Hentai Prison. It's been very, very strange and very much prison. But, how do I get back to the main menu here? Gotta find my way.
変態プリズン。
Yeah. Now, this is very different, very interesting, and so far it's grabbed my attention and is holding my attention a lot better than Nukitashi because there's not a whole bunch of people fucking in the background and all the time. Obviously, there's a lot of crude language utilized throughout, but it's not terrible in comparison. I wouldn't say so. So we're on the second chapter. Yep, there we go. I think they do, I know Nukitashi, they referenced like a bunch of anime and stuff like that. I'm sure there's references out of the titles here as well. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to record. I will try to do my best to record as much as possible, given this episode here not being flat out demonetized right from the get-go, which it might. And if it does, it's whatever, but if it's age restricted, this might be it. I want to see how far I can go. It's not going to be a complete playthrough, and I'm saying that with certainty. I am not recording the entirety of this. Absolutely not. I don't really know what the recording guidelines are. I think it might be like a through the trial version, but I don't know what that is. We don't have that here, so I'm not going to be recording the whole game, just out of respect for the developers. And really, if you guys are interested in this, please pick it up yourselves. But that'll do it for me here with this episode. We'll record a little bit more, given this not being a problematic episode on YouTube. And we'll see just how far we can go until things get just a little too fucked. So far, I think we're okay, though. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this look into Hentai Prison, or HENPRI, as it's going to be called here in the States just to get by, then be sure to give it a like, subscribe potentially for more, and whatever else I'm recording, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe. Take it easy, guys.